All right, guys, I believe we are live. Hey, everybody, good evening. My name is Nikki Witherspoon, and welcome to the Team Neo's Boss Squad Monday Night Hangout. Guys, we do this pretty much every week like clockwork. All right, and what we're here to do is tell you about an awesome company that we are all with. It is called DS Domination. On the panel today, we've got just a load of Neo's Boss Squad members that are just excited to tell you more about themselves, why they joined the company, what it's doing for them, what they're excited about. Guys, let me give you a little bit about myself. My name, once again, Nikki, aka FBA Ninja. FBA standing for Fulfillment by Amazon. It's one of our spectacular programs within this company. Little bit about myself, go a little bit further back. You know, my husband and I, we worked overseas for about 10 years, found this company. One of my friends from high school, of all places, posted on Facebook. She had some cha-chings coming to her PayPal account, and hey, I knew about PayPal, but I knew PayPal always took money from me. It never gave me money. So when I saw that she was actually getting money, I was just all over it. Asked her for more information, saw that famous 7-minute video, signed up almost instantly. All right, guys. This pretty much changed our lives. It brought myself home. It brought my husband home. We were able to, replace six-figure incomes, and a lot of times people will hear stuff like that and it kind of goes in one ear and out the other because it sounds like typical MLM type of nonsense that you would hear. But I mean, I'm a real person. You can check my Facebook account. You can go back into my history on my Facebook account. You can go in my husband's Facebook account, look at his history. Guys, there's no mistaking it. We were in Baghdad. Okay, there's no hiding it. You can actually see our progression, and it's one of the most spectacular things I get almost emotional about it because we looked so long and hard for ways to come home, and we couldn't think of anything. And it was always one door opening and closing, and it was just nothing ever worked until we found DS Domination, a platform that we could actually work from home and make substantial income enough to actually bring us out of that crazy environment that we had been in for 10 years. Guys, we got our freedom back. We got our family back. We got our home, our dogs. I mean, we're home, and now my husband's actually able to chop up my poor little Maltipoo and make him look like a gremlin. I mean, we couldn't do this type of stuff when we were overseas. We were living through a computer. And now I can say that us living through a computer is in a totally different fashion. We're making our money through a computer. We're not interacting with our friends and our family through our computers. So that's briefly our story. We've been home I've been home going on, it's going on 2 years. Oh man, can you believe it? I can't even believe that. It's going on 2 years. After spending a decade overseas, I can actually say that I've been home almost 2 years now. That's nuts to me because I never thought it would happen, but never sold online before. No experience whatsoever. I sat at a desk. I was a cubicle dweller, okay, a cubicle troll, whatever you want to call them. That's what I was doing. I tapped on the keyboard all day long making money for somebody else. Not anymore. Not anymore, all right? Since DS Domination, we are home. We are making money for ourselves, for our family, and it's just a wonderful experience. We love to share with others, and I mean, look, y'all are getting my cheeks rosy and stuff because I get hype when I talk about this, okay? I get super, super excited about this because, like I said, guys, I'm a real person. My husband's a real person. We have a story just like anybody else. It's not a hype story, It's not a hype story that I'm not standing in front of someone else's house taking pictures. I'm not standing in front of a fake check taking pictures. No, anything that you see is stuff that we actually did. And that's the beauty of this company. It is attainable for anyone and everyone. The only thing that it requires is for you to make the decision and to do the work. Because, guys, nothing in life is free, and that's going to go for this company as well. You have to do the work. This is not one of those companies where you're going to sign up and they're going to say, hey, you're going to get $100 in your PayPal account by the end of the day. No, that's most likely not going to happen. I mean, hey, if you find something awesome to sell and it sells, hey, then it is possible. But nobody's going to tell you that that is going to happen. We're not going to guarantee you a thing other than possibilities. Possibilities. The future is wide open for you if you are open to the possibilities that this company will provide you, okay? I'm going to get off my little soapbox over here because I've got some people on this panel that I want you guys to meet. All right? I'm not going to pick on you because I know, look, I just saw you over there smiling. I'm going to get you soon, but I'm going to let you slide right now. All right? I'm coming over here to Mr. Williams Hainsworth. Come on, man. Come on out. Let me know. Give everybody a little bit about yourself. Oh, my thing's falling out of my ear. Look, I'm so even my ears are excited. All right.
Hey,
Give us a little bit about you.
what's going on, guys? Can everybody hear me okay?
Just fine.
All right, great. Yeah, I'm honored to actually be on this panel with you all. Excited to be able to share a little bit about what DSD has done for me and my family. I a little bit about myself is I come from a military background. I've spent 12 years in the military. I actually enjoyed being in the military, but it's hard on family life. I've been on several deployments, and when you deploy, your family deploys, so it's very strenuous. They're not knowing if you're coming home, and it was just something that not for me, but more so for the well-being of my family to change that situation and get out of that environment. So I've been out of the military roughly about 2 years now, and I've always had an entrepreneur spirit. I've always been looking for something to do online because I just enjoy the fact of being able to work remotely and kind of call your own shots in regards to when and how and where you work. So I was browsing around looking for things, and I tried a few different things. Actually, if you I used to be the whiteboard presentation guy as far as my introduction to entrepreneurship. I used to fall for those ads in the newspaper, that friendly work environment, and I'd show up and they have me knocking on doors. It's hot in Houston, Texas, and
Ooh, yeah.
it just wasn't for me. And there's not to knock people that do those things, because there's tons of ways to make money. It's a million ways to skin a cat, but you just have to find something that works for you. So when I came across DSD, it just made sense. It was something that I was comfortable doing. I didn't have to recruit friends and family and talk to people. I kind of like, being, kind of being in the shadows a bit. So it's not something I had to face the public with. So it was a perfect fit for me. So I started roughly, I'm coming up on a year. It was November of last year when I first started, and it took me about, I'd say, a week and a half, 2 weeks to make my first sale. And once I made my first sale, guys, I was hooked because I knew what it took to get that sale. I knew it was duplicatable, and in addition, I knew it was scalable. So once I made about 3 or 4 sales, then my wife started to open her eyes a bit. So now we kind of work this thing together from the house. It allows my wife to actually work from home. We do have a 6-year-old daughter, so I don't have to worry about daycare. She's able to be with one of us at any given time, at all times. And it's just a beautiful thing. And for the cost, the low cost of entry, it's unbelievable. You know, um, $20, that's a lunch. You can't find the value that you get with this company is remarkable, man. It's hard to put in words because the entry fee is so low that you may blow this off as just another thing that you see online. But I implore you guys, y'all have to try this thing. If I was to tell you that I can give you a brand new 2015 Escalade and a 3,200 square foot house, all for the price of, let's say, $5,000, but you had 2 days to come up with the money. Regardless if you were working, unemployed, had no money, you would find $5,000 in 2 days. So it's just because the value you place on what you'll be getting for that 5,000. So what you get for this $20, it's beyond what I just described. This is an awesome opportunity. It's a actual life skill. This teaches you how to run your own business. It teaches you how to stand on your own. So once you learn it, it can't be taken away. It's done a lot for us. It's a lot of small victories. Like now we're able to go to the restaurant and don't have to scrutinize every price on the menu before we order. That might not be a lot to some people, but that's it's a lifestyle change for us, and it's enjoyable. We like to be able to do that, and it's just the small things that makes it happy, makes it enjoyable. People say money is not everything, but it's right up there with air. And once you can get the stress and the stress of worrying, the check to check living, and how am I going to pay this bill, and once you can get those things out of the way, then you can start working on being a better parent. You can work on being a better spouse. You can work on your spirituality if that's what you like to do. It opens up the doors for you to just do a lot of things for yourself. So I'm just kind of rambling on here. I'm excited. I just want to say thank you all for listening. I want to employ y'all to actually jump on this thing. Do not let it slide by. And this is AJ Hainsworth, aka Dropsip Assassin, signing out.
Look, we might as well just hang up the Hangout right now, okay? Dude, you hit pretty much everything out there. You just blew that up. You just blew that up. Man, look, I almost just passed out, okay? I almost passed out. You hit everything on the nose. Military, all right? Family life. Not having to live check to check. Not having to check the prices on the menu. God, how many people, that sounds like, when you hear something like that, that sounds like it is so far-fetched that it's always somebody else that does that. You would be surprised how many people out there live check to check. How many people out there cannot just pick up something and go to the cash register? I don't care what store they're at. Walmart, even the dollar store. You don't know how many people out there are not, I don't want to say struggling, but for lack of better words, yeah, struggling. You just don't know who's out there. What about the
I think we lost Nikki for just a second. I think she'll be right back.
world? You can have all of this, um, material stuff, but you can't get your time back. You can't get your time with your loved ones back. You can't get any of that stuff back. Working from home provides you an opportunity to do what you want to do. If your kids are in school and you want to go to their play or their award show, now you can. You don't have to ask somebody else for permission to do what you want to do. I can't express to you how good it feels to not have to ask permission to do what you want to do. Okay, that's something that you just cannot put a price on, and you really don't know how that will feel until you have it right there at your fingertips. When you can fire your boss and not have to wait for someone else to sign your paycheck or to hit that button that says, "Oh, okay, here's your payment. I guess we'll pay you." You don't have to do any of that stuff. You will pay yourself now. You will pay yourself. Look at that great family right there. Hey, Kat. Guys, that he hit everything on the nose. He really did. I could literally hang up this broadcast right now, but I'm not, because I know there are some awesome stories out there still. All right, guys, still some awesome stories. Sherilyn, I'll let you get off the hook for going first. Homegirl, you are coming out next. Sherilyn, come on out. Tell us a little bit about yourself, why you joined, what you're excited about. Just let us have it.
All right, girl. Look, guys, look, Nikki Witherspoon, no, she's like one of my favorites. Hands down. If she never knew it before, I think she knows it this year, because, like, wherever this girl is, I really try to be somehow, some way. Anyway, but that's my Nikki Witherspoon story. Joined DS Domination, guys. Okay, so they started, I think, in October 2013. And I knew about the opportunity then. I joined, but I didn't really start doing anything with it until December 2013, all right? And so look, we got to go back here. First of all, I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse by trade, all right? And before DS Domination, I was just this nurse looking for creative ways to increase financially. Why? Because I have a big why. my nursing career is a good one, or was a good one. But I knew that for my why, I needed something way bigger than what nursing could, afford me, because I just got a big why, and philanthropy is in there somewhere. But anyway, so when I decided to get started with DS Domination, and I saw the opportunity, like I saw all these people like having fun and results with it, and I was still doing nursing, and I knew I needed more income, and so I started. Oh, I was in another opportunity, of course, like some of us were. That's the way. Okay, but anyway, that was doing nothing, no justice for me. Again, I needed the extra resources, and it was like the good Lord said, "Look at what's in your hand. Like you have gold in your hand." I had dabbled with eBay in the beginning months of my DS Domination career, and couldn't really understand it. Let me tell you what I like about DS Domination, and especially like these members in the pro group. So anybody who's on here, if you're listening and you're new to this company, the people in the pro group, I mean, they're so eager and they want to help you. And every now and again, even now, I kind of go back over there and look and see what they're doing, because when I got first started in DS Domination, again, I'm healthcare. I didn't know anything about eBay and listing and all these things. But there was this guy from the UK. Like we were all asking questions. And, I was just lost. Asked a question. The guy took me by the hand. He helped me with my first listing. I mean, and it was just, I don't know, there was something about listing on eBay, putting pictures up and trying to make a sale. I just couldn't get it. But the guy walked me step by step by step, and he told me, he said, "Now, Sherlyn," he said, "I don't want to hear from you again until you make your first sale." But he showed me everything, and I just thought that type of coaching kind of sort of, or care that this gentleman used was, I don't know, it just won me over. But he literally helped me, and I think I made my first sale. I was a little longer than most, but like 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, I made my first sale, and he was my cheerleader and everything. And anyway, so that's that. Now, what have I been doing since then? All right, I got all in. Oh, one time I saw a Hangout, and okay, so here I am listing on eBay and everything, and that's going pretty good. I'm generating sales or whatever, but it was just like something like this. I saw a Hangout, and everybody was talking about Genesis, and they were talking about scanning. And again, here I go, not really understanding, but I'm like, you mean I can take something, this contraption or my phone or something or a scanner, and go into a store, scan items, compare prices, and if I see something that's going to give me a profit, then I can buy that stuff and bring it home and sell it and make the profits? Oh my, I went out and I got Genesis right away. I didn't know what it was all about, but I knew that I had to have it. So anyway, long story short, I have Genesis now. I have all the products actually. Monopoly was good, so I did the drop shipping on Amazon. But now I'm at a point where I'm preparing for Q4. I am stoked, guys. I'm so stoked for Q4 because this is a time where I know that we're all gonna make really good money. This is the type of businesses, like if you work it, and we have so much help. I can't even begin to tell you about what Nikki is doing and the amount of help she's literally giving people. I can't fathom that. But anyway, it's the type of business that if you work it, it is certainly going to work for you. Now look, e-commerce is one of the largest industries out there right now. You got Robert Kiyosaki talking about. He wrote a book called Amazon, the Millionaire Entrepreneur, okay, or the Entrepreneur Millionaire, something like that. But it's by Robert Kiyosaki, okay? And you guys know if Robert Kiyosaki gets involved with something, it's just going to blow up. There is enough room. There's enough out there for everybody if you would just apply yourself to the training, all right? Go step by step. Do what they tell you to do, all right? You just have to apply yourself, and you will get into profit. I am in such preparation, such expectation for Q4 because I'm doing my research, I'm listening to training, and Lord knows, Nikki knows, I have blown her Facebook. It's a little bit embarrassing, but anyway, I'm excited. I'm excited about what's about to happen for me in Q4. Come on, guys, join us so that you can get this money in your pocket. There really is enough out there for everybody. And again, my why is huge. So guess what? I'm not going to stop, or let me turn this around. I'm going to keep going until I get to my why. All right? That's all I have for you right now, Nick.
Woo! Okay. Okay. All right. I believe it. Okay. All right. Sherilyn is not kidding. That's the kind of thing it is. I mean, she's a nurse, a registered nurse, right?
Yep.
And I mean, hey, if your particular field, a lot of people out there, you may like your field of work that you're in, but that doesn't mean that it has to be, the only thing that you do. That doesn't mean that you want to be. She may not want to be a nurse for the rest of her life. She may want to retire. But everyone knows nowadays that when people retire, you don't necessarily have enough to sustain your lifestyle until however long. What would be so amazing if you could sit there and have an online business that will, sustain your lifestyle even past retirement? Because guys, nobody's saying that you have to fire your boss. Some people love their bosses, and some people love their fields, okay? And nobody is going to hold that against you, okay? We're talking to the people who want to fire their boss, okay? You can do it. It's attainable. It's really attainable. But once again, it's not mandatory. It's not mandatory. When we say fire your boss, it's for those people who have those dead-end jobs, aren't going anywhere. There's really nowhere for you to go. And, you go to work and you're mad, I got to go to this job again. That's who we're talking to. That's who we're talking to. But she hit a lot of stuff right on the nose. A lot of people came into the business, like AJ said, at that $20 level and worked their way all the way to the top. Why? Because it works. It was proven to them that it worked. They proved to themselves that it worked. And they kept taking their business to the next level. Like we always tell people, DSD will never force you to upgrade. It's not one of those companies where you're going to lose out on all kind of benefits. Nobody's going to talk to you anymore. You're going to get a big ugly stamp right on your username if you don't upgrade and buy every package or every product that they have. No. The owners of the company will even tell you the same thing. They don't want you to upgrade until you can financially sustain yourself within the product that you're in, that can actually make sense for you to upgrade, okay? Nobody wants you going out and taking a loan on your house, selling your car, selling your dog, selling your husband, whatever it is to get that money to go to the next level. Look, you see, his mic is muted, otherwise he'd have said something. I saw his mouth moving.
I say, hey, watch that.
But guys, nobody is going to make you do that. We are here to support you. There's so much support online. Here in the Neo's Boss Squad, we have another Facebook group that we are very, very supportive of. We've got just people, what other company do you know where the people are so willing to share information with you? A lot of times stuff is so hush-hush, like, I just made $1,000, but I'm not going to tell you how I did it. No. And here, if we make $1,000, we're not going to be happy until you make $1,000, until we can show you and everybody else out there how we just did that. The e-commerce field is so vast. There's enough out there for everybody. There's enough out there for everybody, and we do not just store information just for us. Why? There's enough to go around, believe me. All right, guys, let's move over to Nicole. Nicole's got an awesome story out there. Nicole actually just drove back from Houston to Dallas Shoot. And I mean, she did it in the same day. So, girl, I'm scared of you, but that's how we are in DSD. We get stuff done. Nicole, come out and give us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, that was a crazy drive. So my name is Nicole. First, I want to say, if you guys have not realized, DSD is an awesome company. So you should click the button below and sign up. It is just $20. You know, there are a lot of people that are on this panel that will tell you story after story after story of their sales. So it is worth it. You will make money in this business if you follow the training. So I wanted to just say thank you, Nikki, for letting me, hang out with you just for a little while. I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I did this weekend just drive from Dallas-Fort Worth, where we were hosting our own training, to Houston to do a live broadcast via Periscope of Nikki's training in Houston, and then drive all the way back to Dallas. And that is just how committed we are to our teams being successful, to sharing information. If you have not figured out, we are very passionate about making sure that everybody has an opportunity to be profitable. And it was that big of a deal for me to come down, get some tips and tricks so that we can come back to the Dallas-Fort Worth area and share it with the teams here locally. But I'm a single mom. I have 2 special needs boys, and I work from home. I've been working from home 100% since about 2008. And I do software support online and many other things to make money for my kids. And raising 2 special needs kids as a single mom, not receiving any child support, is very costly, because there are therapies that the children need. They have, I feel like every month we have at least 3 or 4 doctor's appointments. We have therapy every week. We're in therapy 5 days a week. We're doing speech therapy, occupational therapy, ABA therapy. We're on a special diet, so we have to eat certain types of foods. We can't eat other foods. And so the cost of just taking care of a child who has a special diet. Everyone else can just go to the store and get the mac and cheese, or they can get, chicken is on sale. We can't do that. We have to buy a certain type of chicken. We have to buy organic for everything, and that's expensive just to try and keep his diet as clean as possible because of his challenges. One of my boys' challenges. And then there's supplements, and a lot of the supplements are not covered by insurance, and you're paying those supplements out of pocket yourself, and that's an expensive cost. And then there are doctors, specialists that are not covered by insurance. And so the cost of taking care of my boys has just been insane for the last 5 or 6 years, just trying to figure it out how to pay for this, because I don't receive any state assistance. There are those that know anything about raising a special needs child. They understand that there are waiting lists. We won't go into the list, but there's a long process to be able to get approved depending on what your child's diagnosis is. And so there are waiting lists that we sit on, and we don't receive any support and assistance. And at this point in my life, I make too much money as far as they're concerned to even get assistance. So I have to keep doing what I'm doing to be able to take care of my boys. But I came across DSD in January of 2014, and I saw it as a way to take care of that deductible and to be able to buy those monthly supplements and to be able to cover that special diet and to also pay for his helper. We have a person that works for me, and she comes to the house and she takes care of him. She's got him right now. He might even bust in here and say hi to y'all for all I know. But she comes in, and I pay for her out of my pocket. I pay for everything out of my pocket. And the only way that I've been able to do this for the last couple of years is because of the fact, at least for the last year or so, is because of the fact that I've been selling on eBay and Amazon. And when I was introduced to DSD in January of 2014, it's totally, totally awesome, because I saw it, and to be honest, I didn't do anything with it because I was in another opportunity. So I was working the other opportunity, but I signed up. And then by about March, I finally started listing, and then I went all in, and I started getting sales. And then I started sharing the information with other mothers who have special needs children that are on the same journey as me, to try and help them figure out how to cover their expenses, because I already know what they're dealing with. They're dealing with the same thing I'm dealing with. And so it's been, an awesome journey. My first sale, I couldn't even believe it. My phone went off, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on, this is for real? And and then just having those ongoing sales and having using those profits. This year was the first year in the last 5 years that I didn't have to worry about stopping or pausing our therapy treatments at the beginning of the year when we needed to meet our deductible. You know, at the beginning of the year, your deductible resets, and so you have that expense. And our deductible is $6,000, and to have that money available was totally, totally awesome. And that's because of DSD. And then the next thing was, this was the first year that we actually went on vacation. My children have never, ever been on vacation in their life. And this year they went on a real vacation. We were gone for like a week and a half, and it was just totally awesome. It was because of DSD being able to raise that money. So I'm grateful for the opportunity that DSD has presented me with, the money that I've been able to make to be able to bridge the expenses that we have that not everybody else has, and then to be able to introduce it to other people to help them. And while I was in Houston, we went shopping, and we found some items that were awesome. And I started listing those items. I don't have a sale yet, but as soon as I do, I will post. But we got some great items that you buy them for a certain price, whether it was $1 or $5, and those things are selling online for anywhere from $25 to $35. And that is the kind of, having enough of those types of sales can change your life. An extra $500 a month, or an extra $1,000, or an extra $2,000 or $3,000 a month can really help a family. And the team at DSD, we can show you how to make some extra money, or replace your job, fire your boss.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. She hit on some really good points. I mean, you guys are on fire today. I mean, shoot, I could hang up the Hangout for every last one of y'all. We're not even done yet. Okay. Oh man. Yes. I mean, she hit some awesome points out there. She's able to stay at home with her kids. Shopping from home, being able to help other people. Not having to worry or stress about, that $500, the deductible every year. I mean, that's killer. A lot of people, shoot, I remember when I first started, supporting myself, right out of high school and whatnot, and when I finally learned about the whole insurance thing, and if I needed to go, even dental, if you needed anything, it's a deductible, and of course the less you pay per month, the higher that deductible goes up, and a lot of people can't afford to pay $300-400 a month in insurance, and then what does that mean? Now you have to pay, $500 to $2,000 in some cases for deductible before you can even get any type of medical work done. That's not easy to do. And as we all know, medical expenses normally are not planned. They just pop up. How awesome would it be for you not to have to struggle for that, or not to have to worry about how you're going to do that? What about car accidents and deductible for that as well, because that can kick you right in the behind as well. This whole thing just takes that whole level of stress off of you. Takes the whole level of stress off of you guys. I mean, e-commerce, it is one of the biggest fields out there, and it just continues to grow and grow and grow and grow. Think about it. The further we get out into the future, what's happening? People are, it kind of getting lazy. What is that thing that we talked about? What's that movie, Wall-E? How all the people were laying in those chairs just rolling around. Guys, it's coming. It's coming. Get a piece of that pie, okay? Get a piece of that pie right now, so that when everybody's laying on their little chairs with their little phones, they can say, hey, Nicole, send me something, okay? It's going to be exactly like that, all right? Okay, I'll just play it. But, yeah, e-commerce is not going anywhere. It's growing. More and more stuff is available online. Guys, you could buy a house online. You could buy cars online. We got our dog online. You can buy anything online. I don't care what you want. It's most likely available online, okay? You can't beat that. Grab a piece of that pie now. Like everybody keeps saying, press those buttons underneath this video, okay? There are join now buttons, okay? If you have any questions at all, please, by all means, get back with the person that invited you to this event. Please, please, please get back with that person. If you're ready to join, click that join now button. You could literally go through the training, and it's awesome training, okay? And there's a listing builder. There's all kinds of stuff I could go into right now, but I'm going to hold off onto it because we still have more awesome people to go through. But, guys, you could literally go through that training and start making listings tonight, okay? You could potentially have a sale tonight, in the morning, whenever, okay? That's what's possible with this company. That's what's possible with e-commerce, okay? I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to start bothering. Hey, Michael and Marion, come on
Hello.
out here.
Well, again, thank you for letting us come and talk to you. If you guys can hear me, hopefully you can. This is my
Good.
wife, Marion, and I'm Michael. And we are members of DS Domination, and we're doing Genesis. And there's a lot of things we can talk about in Genesis. And I'm going to let Marion tell you a little bit about how we found out through her unique method of finding people and learning how to, how all this works. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to her real quick so she can tell you all about that.
I was in a couponing account. I have 3 accounts. My personal, my coupon account, and the DSD account. And I was bored one day, so I noticed that Nikki's cousin comment about Disney. I love Disney. I love Orlando. I love everything that has to deal with Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that as she commented, she had a nice profile picture. So I click on it. And then I started noticing that Teresa, Nikki's cousin, had actually some screenshots from PayPal. And I was like, what is this woman doing? How is she making money? And at that moment, I started to stalk Teresa. And I was clicking in every last contact that Teresa had. Every last contact. And then I was stalking every last contact of Teresa. And then I sent her a message, and Teresa didn't answer until a month later because and I was waiting, when is this woman going to answer? But she didn't answer. And I noticed Nikki will reply to Teresa, and Teresa and her, I found out later by the comments, they were related. So I was like, okay, maybe if she doesn't answer, maybe Nikki will answer. So basically, Michael sent a message to Nikki, I sent a message to Teresa, and then I prayed for a long time before I came across DSD, thinking there has to be a company in the U.S. that has to provide something good for its members so they can make an income from home. At the moment, we were kind of hesitant to see if this company was good for us. So Michael started stalking Nikki, and I started stalking Teresa to see if we could catch him in a lie. And we couldn't catch them in a lie. We actually got more comments on the company.
Yeah.
And the funny story is that I learned about, before I joined DSD, I learned about every product that DSD has. I learned about all the members that they had. I learned which were more active, which were less active. I learned which people were posting more screenshots of PayPal.
You learn how to choose your masters.
I learned how to choose my masters, seriously. And then I figured, okay, I like deals. So if I join DSD through Nikki or Teresa, I'm gonna get 2 for 1.
We're gonna get 2 mentors in 1.
2 mentors in 1, and that's what happened. I really like the outgoing personality of Nikki, and I really like the fact that they were related. So it was amazing, and I found out that they were in Houston, so even better.
Mm-hmm.
And we joined. We joined. The first event that we went to, it was in Houston, and they nicknamed me the Stalker. And it was fun. As soon as we watched the videos, we started actually trying to put things together to start shipping to Amazon, because we started with Genesis. Some people like to start with eBay, other people like to start with Amazon. I just was so curious about Amazon because we knew everything pretty much about eBay before we started with DSD, but I wanted to know more about Amazon. It was like a question mark. We don't know how to sell on Amazon. So we shipped, our first shipment was like 40 Easter baskets, and they sold out. We made, our first sale was like over $800, and we're very, very happy. So basically, the training is easy, and we also look at other companies. We're gonna purchase a book, and I told Michael, the book is fine, the price for the book is fine, but you know what? I'm not a big reader, and I'm gonna fall to sleep reading this book. I need support, and this company has it. They have so many members that they support each other with their comments on Facebook. You read, you learn from their comments, you learn from their questions, and it's just amazing because so many members are helping each other. The events we went to, our first event, it was the first event for the company was in Vegas. We were not part of the company then, and actually we haven't been in the company even a year. We haven't. It's gonna be a year, and he's not working anymore. Now both of us are working from home, and I'm the boss. We're working from home, and it has been really nice. We went to Dallas, and it's amazing. It's amazing because you get to meet so many people from all around the country that are doing the same thing. We met a person that was from Europe. Another guy was from Hawaii. Other people came from Mexico. There's so many people doing the same things that we are doing, and it's just amazing to know that you get to know so many backgrounds, and everybody's getting a big chunk of knowledge and having fun at an event. So if you get a chance to go to Orlando, you better go, because if you don't go, you're gonna miss out about a lot of things. This event that is coming out is gonna be amazing. It's gonna be major, and it's amazing also the fact that it's gonna be in Orlando, Disney.
Yeah.
So
we're excited.
We're excited, and that's pretty much our background. He was working.
I was working as a banker, and I've been there for about 3 years. And we started again, like she said, around Easter. And so when we visited and met with Teresa, she came all the way down from San Antonio, went to Nikki's house, and so I met her, and I met Bruce, and met Parrish, and so basically they were there just to kind of let us pick their brains, and she even showed us the cave where she does all of her packing and stuff, and
that's my cave.
That's your cave. All right, that's right. Yes, you're right. And so she showed us around, and I thought, what, this is amazing. We don't even know each other, and she's so giving, so ready to show. That's the kind of environment that you will be around, which is really amazing. So I'm taking mental notes of everything and anything, and we go to a Party City, and we see right at the front Easter baskets, and so we took them all. There was like 9 of them, I think, and they were on sale for $10 each. So we said, okay, let's just send them in and see what happens, and let's sell them for $40 a piece. Easter, right? We figured that's pretty low compared to some of the other things that I've seen out there that were way less in quantity. I think we had 15 items in that basket.
Yeah, we returned. They didn't have any more Easter baskets, but they have the same items.
So we put together.
So we put together more, and we ship more, and they start selling. And all this month we are like high on adrenaline. We're like, wow, we're making money. This works. We were so high on adrenaline.
Exactly.
It was crazy.
So we had a decision. At that moment, we decided, okay, we just got our income tax check. What are we going to do with it? Are we going to go on another Disney vacation, a one-time thing, or are we going to actually put this money and invest it into something where we can take 10 vacations if we wanted to? That was our mentality. That was our mindset. That why are we going to just do this on a one-time when we can sit there and just make our own future? I like what everybody has been saying. We have a gentleman over here who says he's got a chance to spend time with his kids and family and no daycare. We've got another professional that knows that this is the kind of money she could make as a nurse, but she knew that she wanted more, and she has a big why to fulfill. We have another great member, Nicole, who's got a special needs child, and so she understands the need to have something to be able to supplement her income. And I tell you right now, when I stopped working for the bank, I knew that this is now or never, and so we had to both put our efforts into it. And she discovered
when we told family members what we're gonna do, everybody was like against it.
They thought we were crazy.
Basically. They thought we were crazy. But I told him, I have been praying for so many years to find a company that will do this for us. I know this is an answer. I mean, there is no coincidence to get 2 for 1.
Yeah.
And
So she found a really awesome way to help with what we like to do, and she loves to coupon. And so with being able to save on everything that we purchase, we're able to send items, and that has been our source of income. And what I like about this company is that it doesn't end with Genesis. We know that there's Pro. We know that there's some new things that are coming, and we know that this is a neat company that evolves, and so we just have faith that these new things that evolve with a company like this is going to just spark our interest in even in another area. So while we can set this aside on autopilot, so to speak, we can invest our time in doing other things, and that's why we love being a part of this.
If you don't think it's for you, which I think you will make a mistake if you don't think this company is for you, click stalk every member the way I did. Go look at the screenshots and find out for yourself. This company does so much for their members. I mean, there's so much support, and I bet you whatever you want, if you click in people's Facebook accounts, you're gonna see their screenshots of what they're making, because they're making money. And if you get reluctance for your relatives, you know what? Your relatives might not support you. You're the one that's gonna support yourself with the knowledge that you're gonna learn from this. It's just up to you. Sometimes you have to be a risk taker. You have to risk to gain. And believe me, with this company, there is no risk. If you put your effort and if you believe in it and you follow the training, you are going to make it. You're going to see the results right away. We saw the results. Teresa, Nikki's cousin, we asked them, okay, we're going to invest this amount of money. What is it going to take for us to get it all back? She told us, it's going to take, about
a month and a half, maybe 2 months.
A month and a half, 2 months. And she was true.
She was right.
She was right about that. We made that money back right away. So
we had a huge shipment that we just placed, and I think it was over 912 items. And with her couponing, we only spent $12 on 912 items. And again, my head is still spinning over that. We had another shipment that we could have spent easily, I would say, another $1,300. I think we spent less than $500. And I'm going to tell you right now, every 2 weeks with Amazon, we get a check that comes directly into our bank account, direct deposit. Hey, free checking accounts, direct deposit. So, with all of that being said, we actually made our money back, and we made it back within about 3 days.
Yeah, thanks to Teresa that I found her on Facebook.
Yeah. So
and Nikki also that I found her on Facebook.
So everything from this moment forward to the end of the next 2 weeks is pure profit, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
Look. Oh, thank goodness. See, that's why I do the Hangouts from my bed, okay? Because stories like that, if I was sitting in a or a bar, I'd bust my head open or something, because I fell over, okay? 912 items, $12. Hello. Okay. Yeah. Guys, that's just real life. It's real life. It's real people's stories. I mean, every person on this panel has given you something different. Everyone has told you something different about what is going on in their lives, what their circumstances were, but ultimately everybody came to DS Domination and it was able to make an impact on their lives. Okay? One thing that none of us really ever talk about is the recruiting aspect. And why? Is because it's not a requirement. It's a plus. It's an additional stream of income or revenue for you, but it's not a requirement. And that was probably one of the biggest things that got Parrish and myself into this, was because I don't have to recruit. Like AJ was saying, I really wasn't feeling the whole walking around trying to get people to join me. Hey, come join me in this. And hey, I really wasn't feeling trying to sell anybody. Now, notice what I said. I wasn't. Okay? I really did not want to have to sell people on this opportunity. But here's the great thing. Like Marion just pointed out, we don't really have to sell it to anybody. People can come to your page. People can see what you're doing. Family members will see what you're doing. Friends, associates, coworkers will see what you are doing, and they will come to you and ask. Because a good thing is a good thing, period. Everybody knows that you can buy stuff online. If you can take that and leverage it so that it impacts your bank account, like Michael was saying, every 2 weeks, jang, cha-ching, cha-ching, into the account, okay? You can't beat that. You really can't beat that. You're working for yourself. You're determining your own future. You're determining your own paycheck. You're not asking for approval. You have all the freedom in the world to do what you want, when you want, however you want it, for however long of a period you want to. I mean, that's just second to none, and that's just something that many people work their entire lives to just retire and experience this type of freedom in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. Why not experience that in your 20s, 30s, and 40s? In your 50s, how about that? How about enjoy it in the prime of your life and be able to do what you want to do with your family? Like Nicole was saying, her boy just went on a vacation. How awesome was going to be when her kids get so used to going on vacation, right? And she's financially able to do so. William, you're not having to go out and deploy anymore. Hey, we've been there. We've been there. That's not fun. Not all the time is not fun, okay? Not all the time. What if Sherilyn doesn't want to be on her feet all day as a nurse? What if she wants to be able to just sit at home and do what she wants to do? Michael got tired of dealing with everybody else's bank accounts. He wanted to deal with his own bank account now, And Marion's killing those dang coupons. I saw your face, Nicole, when she said that dollar amount. Nicole almost fell out of her chair, too. I hope you're in the bed, too. Okay? Guys, this is just an awesome opportunity. Like I said, if you want more information, feel free to reach out to the person that invited you to this event, okay, to this hangout. If you want to get additional information on the NEOS Boss Squad team, we've got all of our social media links right beneath this video as well. We've got fan pages, we've got a group, we've got all kind of stuff, all right, guys? We are a very social group of folks, okay? All right, what I want to do, let's see, I haven't forgot about my husband over there, Shipping Samurai. That's my husband, Parrish. I haven't forgotten about him. I want him to actually go over, what's coming up in Orlando next month. What's going on, what the company has for us planned, and hey, take it away.
Hey, I don't want to talk about that.
Well, then let me take the camera back.
Story, okay? Like everybody else, I stalked Nikki too.
You sure did.
I stalked her. I was following her on Facebook, following her email. I mean, I followed her to Texas. I mean, I was stalking her to find out what she was doing. I mean, she was like making all these posts online and stuff. I was like, whoa, what in the world is going on here? I need to find out what she's doing.
Hey, I sent you a Skype before I hit the join button.
I'm still stalking her now. Hold on 1 second.
This man better not run his big old tail all the way around the house just to come in here and bother me. You better not. Why didn't I lock? I should have locked the door. I should have locked the door. Ah, the door's locked.
Oh, baby!
Get Are you kidding me?
You see, I'm stalking her now.
Now go ahead and take 5 more minutes and run back. You crazy. You see what I have to deal with? You better run. You see what I have to do? Run, run, run. What are you doing?
Okay, I'm back. But I've been stalking her for a while.
Oh, goodness.
I'm going to break the mold here, okay? Because I'm not going to talk about what DSD has done for me. I'm going to talk about what I do for DSD. And what I do for DSD is I bring a breath of fresh air. I bring fun to what business is supposed to be. When we left Baghdad, it was rough. No fun. Working for somebody else, waiting for them to pay you if you do a good job. In my case, trying to stay alive every week so I can collect a check, and there was no smiling. There was no fun. Heck, I couldn't even see Nikki all the time. That's why I was stalking her on Facebook. But this DSD, what I bring to DSD is I bring a sense of urgency for everybody else who wants some freedom. If you want something different, if you want to be your own boss, if you want to break the mold of what traditional people, your family will say, and what traditional life says, you go to a job, you go to a brick and mortar building to work to make your money, and that you don't make it at home. You don't be your own boss. You get somebody to pay you. You go to college so you can go out and get a job. We should be training our kids to go to college to become their own boss. You go in there, get the knowledge, and apply it to make yourself better, not somebody else. Make yourself money, not somebody else. And that's exactly what's going to happen in Orlando, Florida, come Halloween weekend. Everybody that's in this company, and I got to say, this is a great company. Okay, I really do. And I'm not saying it just because everybody else is saying it. I'm saying it because I truly believe that, because it's taken me and my wife out of harm's way and got us to the point where we could be together. Instead of stalking her on Facebook, I can stalk her in person. Like I just did. I kicked the door down. and we could have fun. We could just laugh and joke and enjoy each other, go out to eat, run away from her family because we see them all the time. No, I'm just kidding. But we could be around family. I mean, it's great. And Halloween is going to give everybody else the opportunity, because there are some game changers coming. Game changers coming. Can't go in. There you go, Mike. There you go. That's exactly the season right there. Some game changers coming. Okay? And what I mean by game changers, I mean things. This company is totally going to flip things upside down. Up is going to be down, and down is going to be up. That's how. There you go, Mike. There you go. That's how good this is really getting ready to get. And I am telling you, they have revamped. They have revamped this whole platform. And when it rolls out for the event, oh man, it's going to make some people super happy. It's going to get some people. If you're not excited with the things that they are going to roll out, then you're not excitable. There's no exciting you. Because there's some great things coming. I am telling you. We have shopping trips. This is not going to be a just sit down and, people speak to you and tell you about their success and tell you about all that they're doing and tell you how to make money and not really tell you how to make money. We're actually going to show people how to make money. You are going to go to this event, and it is set up like a workshop. You are going to go to this event. The company's going to give you money for going to the event, and it's up to you to apply that money towards the workshop that's going to go on. We're going to be taking people shopping and actually showing them how, but also showing them, pretty much hand delivering them products that they can be instantly profitable on upon purchase, and sending them into either eBay or Amazon, because it works on both platforms. That's how exciting this is. Okay, so you got the top members of the company, not just Nikki and I, but the top members of the company that are going to be showing people how to do this. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible. Not only that, some of the other things is, well, if I buy all this stuff, what am I going to do with it? Well, guess what? I got that covered too, because they're going to have stations set up I don't know how many stations. I know it's more than 3 because for some reason I keep saying 3, and they keep telling me it's going to be more than 3. So they're going to have stations set up where you can package and ship the items that you buy. So if you're flying in, you don't got to worry about how am I going to get this stuff home, so I'm not going to buy anything. I'm not going to take advantage of this. I'm not going to fully utilize this workshop to its fullest potential. What company cares about their members that much to where they not only do they give you the means to be profitable, but they give you the tools to be profitable and just give you no excuse, giving you absolutely no excuse not to go there and be profitable. Now, you can take the money that they give you and you can go buy some lunch. You can have a pretty good lunch on that or a nice dinner. Or you can apply it to the shopping trips that are going to be sponsored and going on throughout this event, and you can really make an impact. You can skyrocket your business to the next level. That's what this company is doing with this reforming and this restructuring, is they're making it so everybody, not just the Genesis people, not just the Monopoly people, not just the pro people that are doing phenomenally already, continue to do phenomenally, and everybody else just struggles. They are getting ready to level the playing field and make it so that everybody has the ability and the opportunity to benefit, providing they do the one thing that's necessary. Put in the work. And it's going to be awesome. I hope to see everybody there. I know we're going to be there. I know the members of the panel are going to be there. We just hope that you guys are going to be there. They're out there watching now. And that's all I got to say about that, as Forrest Gump says.
Oh, no, he's got the mask. You are on it today. I dare you to wear that to the event because I am so wearing a tutu, okay? I'm thinking maybe I might make a tutu for every day. I love making tutus, okay? That side note, all right? But yes, Paris hit it on the nose. Again, everybody's hitting it on the nose, okay?
That's what we do. We hit it on the nose. What are you talking about? That's what we do.
That's right. That's right. This event is not going to be your traditional event where you're just sitting, listening to people blab and collect huge checks. No, we're going to go out there and show you how you can get your own huge check. The type of check that actually counts, the one that you can physically go cash, or better yet, the one that's directly deposited into your account, okay? That's the check that we all are striving for, all right? And that's what's going to happen at this event. Guys, this event is not just open to DSD members. The company has opened it up to everyone, okay? Non-members are welcome to come as well, okay? So
tell them where they can get their tickets.
Crazy. Say that one more time.
Tell them where they can get the tickets for the event, for those that don't know.
Of course, if you are a member, you can go to mydsevent.com. If you are not a member yet, get with the person that invited you here. If you're interested in coming, if you need that one more nudge, because whether you're a member or not, we are taking you shopping, period. You have access to the same things that our members will have access to, okay? And why would a company do that, you might ask? Because we are so confident in the product that we have that we know that once you get there, you are not going to leave as a non-member, okay? That's how awesome this place is, how awesome this company is. This event is going to literally change the game. Unprecedented event. Where else are you going to take 1,000+ people shopping and literally have stuff at their just beck and call to stick into their carts and take home? The company is actually getting you from the hotel to these different shopping places, okay, and bringing you back. All right, this is just unheard of, Okay, if you were around when we had the event back in May, we did a test run with about 200 people. It was crazy. It was awesome. We went to Dollar Tree, went to Five Below. I mean, the buses brought everybody there, took them back. It was just nuts. Imagine that times 10, okay, times 10. We've already met with the stores. The stores are actually bringing in inventory just for our DSD membership. I mean, this is, once again, unheard of. Unheard of, all right? So if you can get to the event, by all means, mydsevent.com. Grab your ticket. Please, you will not regret it. We are going to have our hands all in this, okay? I mean, as far as even going through people's carts before you check out, I mean, we are literally going to be there to make sure that you leave profitable, all right? And like Parrish says, DSD is getting ready to even this playing field like you guys have, I mean, you can't even fathom, all right? That's what they have going on. It is going to be remarkable. But let me tell you one other thing that we have as a team, all right? For those members that are going to the event, and even for those members who are not going to the event, but they got their event ticket, we have some crazy bonuses that we are doing just for the Neos Boss Squad team members, all right? Probably the biggest, baddest boot camp you will ever experience, all right? It is the Q4 Explosion Boot Camp. It is an 8-week, 15 individual sessions, okay? 15 individual sessions. We are covering everything from starting your business to treating it like a business, groceries. We're going into books. We're going into wholesaling on eBay, okay? We're going into, excuse me, ungating. One of the things that we said in our last meeting was, hey, we're going to make sure that everybody that's included in this Q4 Explosion Bootcamp is ungated if you're an Amazon seller in as many categories that we can get you ungated in. I mean, guys, we are going to be on it, all right? And the whole purpose of this event is so that we can get you to realize what you have at your fingertips, all right? So I don't care if you're a brand new member. Once this event starts or once our boot camp starts, you could be a brand new or a seasoned member. You will get value out of this. We want everyone to know that just because you may join at the end of October when the event is, or you may join now, it doesn't matter. There's plenty of time in this year for you to make an impact on your life, to make an impact on your bank account, okay? And you're going to see just how attainable this is, all right? So this boot camp is available to any of our Neos Boss Squad members. All you need is an event ticket. I don't care whether you're going physically or you just bought your ticket so that you can access the DSD bonuses, because that is going to get you into our boot camp as well. Our boot camp starts the week after the event, and we are going to close out 2015 with the biggest bang that our members can have, all right? So unprecedented access to the DSD leadership at the event, and you're going to have the most unprecedented access to leadership from the Neos Boss Squad. We are here to make you successful, okay? Everybody on this panel, we know this program works. We know it works. We don't need to be convinced, okay? We know what needs to happen. What we need to do is to make sure that you know what can happen for you and your family. And that's what we are here for. I mentioned it earlier before. We don't hold information back. We are here to watch you succeed. We love seeing our membership succeed, and we look forward to it, guys. It is almost 8:10, all right? We have been going off the chain for over an hour. Every story has been immaculate. We have some awesome members. Guys, it's just a small piece of what we have on the Boss Squad, the Neos Boss Squad, small piece. Okay, an even smaller piece of the overall company of DS Domination. All right, these are just individual people's stories. All right, individual people's stories. We are all responsible for our own future within this company. No one has to ask permission for anything. We do what is right for us and our families. All right, guys, anybody on this panel, hey, come out, unmute yourself. If you have anything that you want to add to this before we get off of this amazing hangout, then come out and let us know.
Well, I was just going to add one thing. I don't know who else is coming out, but so the training that you're going to get in Orlando is like training on double steroids. It is hands-on training. So if you join, you get the $20 and you get the regular training, which is awesome. Just imagine the training on steroids. when you go to Orlando. It is hands-on, people right there coaching you, guiding you. And the great thing is that you don't even have to be a DSD member to get training on steroids. You will probably be one when you leave, but when you get there, you don't have to be a DSD member. And then the other thing is that fourth quarter, we keep talking about fourth quarter. If you don't know the statistics, the numbers about the profits that happen on Amazon, that Amazon sales quadruple, if not more than that, in the fourth quarter, that is when we're most profitable. And so your profits, if you're not selling anything right now, then okay, you don't know what to expect. But if you're selling just a little bit, your sales are going to it's like putting your profits through a fire hose. That's what's going to happen to you. And that's the reason why you want to go to Orlando, so you can get the hands-on steroid training and then put your profits through a fire hose and try to figure out what to do with the money on the back end. That's all.
I can say that even hearing people's feedback, sometimes I read the feedback that we get as an Amazon seller. I can attest to what Nicole just said, because they are telling us, it's better than beating the crowds, I guess is what they're trying to say, at Walmart, having to stand in line. And as you know, the temperatures are starting to drop. People want to be indoors more or less, and so they don't want to go out. So I can already, even now, start to see our sales start to increase, because they don't want to go and stand in Walmart for a bottle of shampoo, so they buy from us.
And you will meet so many people. So many people are doing so many different things, selling so many different items.
You can ask all their questions if you want.
Actually, you get feedback from them. They hear stuff from you that they are not doing, and it helps you to consider so many things that you can do as far as product-wise.
And there's so many opportunities to make money. And remember, it's not who does it, but who does it best.
Yeah, even my daughters help me sometimes, and and it's just amazing. It's just amazing. If you don't go to the event, you're gonna miss out, because it's gonna be crazy. You're gonna be pretty much 3 days high on adrenaline.
Yeah, you won't sleep. You won't
sleep because your mind is just going everywhere, and you're thinking,
all
wow,
the possibilities.
All the possibilities that you can succeed with this company and retire at a very young age.
So if you're on the fence, or you're already a member and you still haven't decided to go to that next step, go to the event. It will change your mind. You will be convinced. Trust me.
It will change your life.
Yeah.
Sure does. Events change lives. What's that famous saying? Those who show up blow up. Hey, it may rhyme, but it makes sense for real. It really does make sense. I will tell you that one of the defining moments for Parrish and myself was going to the Vegas event, the very first DS Domination event, because he was not really a believer. He was not a believer. The entire first day of the Vegas event, he kind of just sat there and was like, oh, And then the very next day, they started talking about Genesis, and he sat up in his chair. I wanted to punch him because he kept on hitting me in my arm. He's like, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? And I was like, dude, come on. I heard it. Leave me alone. But that's what events do. Events change lives. They make you see things in a different way. They present things in a different way. And on top of that, the bonuses that you get. My goodness. This go round, the company is going to actually give out $100 gift cards to just random people. And you can use that to go on our shopping trips. If you invite non-members and those non-members actually come, they give you another gift card. Unheard of. Absolutely unheard of. And, look, I could go on and on for days and days about this company. I'm a true believer. We've been here, December 2013, and, we're not going anywhere. eBay's not going anywhere. Amazon's not going anywhere. Google's not going anywhere, so we will have sales regardless, and that's the beauty. And look, Sherilyn got a sale over there already. See, that's the beauty of it. That's absolutely the beauty of it. So, Parrish, AJ, you guys got anything? Sherilyn, you got anything else that you guys want to add before we close this out?
I have one thing. I just want to say that this business can literally be done or can be run on a shoestring budget. It doesn't take a lot of money to do this at all. If all you have is literally $20 to invest and get rolling, we can show you how to turn that 20 into 40, that 40 into 80, so on and so forth. You know, if your goal is just to pay a car note, that's very obtainable with a half effort. You guaranteed you'll be able to do that. Your goals will change once you realize how this thing works. You know, you will stretch yourself. Like I'm currently looking at privateislandsonline.com. You know,
Ooh.
Tyler Perry has an island. I've been looking at them, and to believe it or not, they are not out of reach. There's some houses in Houston that cost more than what the islands are selling for. So you just have to stretch yourself. You have to know that there's things out there and they are obtainable. And this is a vehicle that can get you there. So I wish y'all the best, and I'd like y'all to come on board.
You said it. Paris, Sherilyn, you guys got anything or? Oh, she's good. She's good. I know Paris got something to say.
No, actually, I said enough. I'm gonna let these people enjoy their evening. Um, if we got to convince you, then the same for you. You know,
Well, it's
really.
not your time.
If we got to convince you, it's just not for you. Either you see it or you don't. And you know, some people need to wait a while, and if you're one of those need to wait a while, that's okay. We'll be here waiting on you. We'll still be here doing great things. And when you come on, then we'll still be here to help you. You know, so you know that's one thing about us. We don't change. We are the same. We are who we are. We're what you see. You know, so whether you join now or even if you don't, we're still the same people. We'll be doing these hangouts. We'll be helping people blow up their businesses and take their businesses to the next level. And we will continue to enjoy life and have fun. You know, so be part of the family and come join us. It's a great ride.
Well, my goodness. What a better way to end it. So, guys, thank you for showing up to our Monday night hangout. Once again, get back with the person who invited you if you are not a member. If you are ready to become a member, by all means, click those buttons right underneath this video. We look forward to welcoming you into the group, into our DSD community. And for all of our current members or even our non-members, we really look forward to seeing you guys in Orlando. Do your very best to get out there. It's going to change your life, change your business. All right, guys? So we will see you next Monday, same bat time, same bat channel. All right, guys? So we're going to sign off now. So have a good evening.